Thank you for inviting me to this event. It's a very big honor for me. Unfortunately, I cannot be done in Belgrade, but in this way I give a short presentation about this topic, about the topic of 21st century school. Why is this topic so important? Why we decided to write this book? Many predictions have been made about the future of education. Several theories. It was future of education with distance learning, or future of education with technology-mediated education, in which there is no need for the teacher anymore. It's no doubt that a notable percentage of educational activity takes place online, but it does not mean that there is no need for the teacher anymore. Moreover, there is a need for trained teachers who have expertise in the field of subject as well as in the field of information technology. Another reason is the new expectation, the lifestyle, the work style, the multitasking thing of the new generation, namely the next generation, the so-called digital natives, which calls for a different type of teaching as well. The differences between the 20th century generation and the next generation is so huge that it said there is a generation left and not a generation yet, but between these generations anymore. These all put new demands on the education, and not only for the education, for the teacher training as well. It happens for the first time in the course of history that children teach their parents. The potential of getting as much information as somebody wants to have put new demands on the education as well. It's not the teacher anymore who is the main source of knowledge. Ever-growing part of students' knowledge comes outside of the school. However, neither in the internet nor in the media are the information labeled according to its relevance. How can we manage this new situation? New skills must be taught, as problem-solving, critical thinking, self-regulated learning, which require new teaching methods, as problem-based learning, cooperative learning, collaborative learning, project-based learning, and these require a new teacher, specifically a facilitator. So these pose the greatest challenge for education. These are the main factors because we decided to write this book, and the book is a triangle of these fields. You can read about building and furniture, you can read about infrastructure, and you can read about different teaching methods, and including different teaching methods about assessment. In connection with assessment, I want to mention another Microsoft project, the Assessment and Teaching of 21st Century Skills, launched by Cisco, Intel, and Microsoft in 2009. And yet, return to this project, to the 21st Century Book project. The first main part of the book, you can read about building and furniture. If you want to build a perfect classroom, or if you want to build a perfect school for the 21st century, you must define first some main basic factors. So we did as these basic factors as mobility, home-like atmosphere, and fostering learning environment. So in connection with mobility, for example, we suggested the usage of mobile furniture. So it means this mobile furniture allows for an easy and quick rearrangement of the room for different types of learning. So in connection with home-like atmosphere, we suggested the usage of different colors. Why? Because in most of the cases, institutions prefer classroom which wall color is white, is instructional white, but white colors do not produce home-like atmosphere. However, there exist studies about students' reaction and motivation in connection with different wall colors, point out that there are colors which foster learning. Then why not use? Then why don't we use these colors? The second part of this book is about the infrastructure. So the school of the 21st century must promote a home-like atmosphere, and beside of this home-like atmosphere must technically well equipped and designed for effective learning as well. So by the selection of the different ICT tools, we decided by the usage of mobile devices. So, for example, by Classmate PC, so working system, ultra-mobile PC, tablet PC, interactive whiteboard, and PDA. And you can read in this book about the digital register as well. And now let's turn to the third big part of the book and why it is the third part so important. So ICT offers a range of new possibilities. For example, animation and simulation, more personalized learning, more flexibility. The ICT and multimedia represents information and knowledge in a new and innovative way. Why? Because of the multisensory feature of multimedia material, they result in increasing productivity and retention rates, because people remember 20% of what they hear, 40% of what they hear and see, but about 75% what they see, hear and do simultaneously. Then why not see, hear and do simultaneously? But what's very, very important, do not plan for ICT, plan for future learning, because technology alone will not result in higher achievement. If we have money, it's quite easy to build infrastructure. It's quite easy to buy different ICT tools. It's quite easy to buy equipment. But to change one's teaching style, to change the attitude and the teaching methods of the teacher is more harder. So the trends are nowadays moving away from front of the classroom teaching to learner-centered, social constructivist and collaborative learning approach. And you can read about OLD, think about different teaching methods in the third big part of this book. You can read about different platforms regarding online communication. You can read about Web 1.0, about the possibilities of Web 2.0, and in the near future about Web 3.0. You can read about different teaching methods, for example, about collaborative learning environment, about project-based learning, about e-problem-based learning. And at last, but at least, it's very important, the assessment. If we teach with ICT tools, then it's obvious that we assess with ICT tools. And so in the last part of this big chapter, you can read about the new modes of assessment, about the technology-based assessment. So, summary, if you want to build a school which fits for the requirement of the 21st century, we must create innovative learning environment for knowledge building, which helps transform education and inspire students to achieve more. If we want our students to skilled in the field of 21st century skills, then it's necessary that we use different teaching methods. So as to conclude, the school of the 21st century gives effective tools for students and teachers as well, and prepares students to enter and successfully complete in an ever-expanding high-tech marketplace. Thank you for your kind attention, and I wish you a successful